Hey guys, welcome back to Cosmic Commentary. This is Cos, second selfie video, and I'm here to talk about AC Milan and their massive summer spree signing 10 new players, which is unprecedented. And we did say we were going to cover major stories happening on the continent outside the Premier League, and this is certainly one of them. And it's related to the Premier League because now there's another club to compete with. So it impacts you guys and your sort of competition in Europe. Now, to give you a snapshot of AC Milan's more recent history, in 2011 they won the league. Right, in 2012 they came second, 2013 they came third. Then they had 8th, 10th, 7th and 6th place finishes in the last 4 seasons. Now that last season they got back into Europe via the Europa League, but they just, over this rebuilding phase, they have never really had the funds to compete with the big players in Europe. And that's been mainly due to their poor management. You know, their senior management haven't run the club very well, and as a result they just simply haven't had the funds. Having said that though, now Chinese owners have brought the club and injected a lot of money into the club, and all of a sudden they have got money and they have splashed it out, making 10 new signings as I said. And now, without further ado, I'm going to get into it and discuss these signings. And I will rank these signings based on, from 1 to 10, how much Milan have spent on these new players, from least amount to the most amount. And the first signing I'd like to discuss is the signing of Fabio Borini, who came from Sunderland in the EPL. He came on a loan deal and he's a striker, and I can't really see him getting a lot of game time. He's there for depth. He'll be a good impact player off the bench, but right now he's just there for depth and he's a solid option. The second one is Antonio Donnarumma, the brother of Gianluigi Donnarumma. He was signed from Asteras Tripoli in the Greek Super League for £1.28 million, and he'll just be Gianluigi's backup, so he's a backup goalkeeper basically. The third signing is from Atalanta. His name is Frank Kessie, and he's primarily a defensive midfielder. He was signed for £6.8 million, and he has been dubbed as the next Yaya Toure, and he did have a very good season last season playing for Atalanta, and so he's making the step up. It was a good signing. They needed someone in that defensive midfield position, so they signed a good player to address a weakness in their squad, which is going to become a theme because they've done that a lot this summer. The next signing from Lazio this time in the Serie A once again is Lucas Biglia, who's been signed for £14.5 million. He's also primarily a defensive midfielder, but he acts as the playmaker, whereas Frank Kessie is more of a ball-winning hard man. Billy is more of a playmaker. And this is again another good signing. I mean, Billy has been very good for Lazio last season and been one of their consistent performers. And again, Milan have addressed a weakness in their squad. So this is another very good signing, and we'll see how he goes. Their fifth signing for the summer is Ricardo Rodriguez, who came in from VfL Wolfsburg, and he signed for a fee of £15.3 million. Now, he is a left back, a very good left back. He's only 24. He can go up forward, he can be effective. Defensively, he's astute. And again, they've signed a player to address a weakness in their squad. This is becoming a theme. And he's only 24, he's young and he's good. So we'll see how he goes. I mean, Milan are strengthening. Their signings they're not star signings, they're not superstar signings so far, but they're good signings, and they're strengthening their squad with each signing now. Which brings me on to their sixth signing, central defender Matteo Musacchio, who came from Villarreal in La Liga. He was also signed for £15.3 million, and this guy has been a very good player for Villarreal. One of their consistent defenders, solid defender, he's technically sound as well. So he will be a very, very solid option for Milan. And they also needed someone to partner Alessio Romagnoli in the centre of defence. So again, another signing to strengthen a weakness in their squad. Their seventh signing for the summer was Hakan Calhanoglu, who is Turkish. He came from Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga again, signed for £18.3 million. And he is an attacking midfielder, so you know it's now starting to move up the pitch in terms of signings. And he's only 24 as well, and this guy has shown a lot of promise. However, he has been under an injury cloud, so he's going to take some time to get back into the swing of things. Their eighth signing for the summer is Andrea Conti, who came from Atalanta again in the Serie A, and he's a right back signed for £21.25 million. And he's only 23, and he's a right back, and he was a revelation last season. He had his breakout season for Atalanta, playing very good football, can go forward, can go back, he's very sound defensively, can have an impact going forward. And he has also established himself in the Italian national team. So they've signed a right back to again address a weakness in their squad. They've sold De Sciglio to Juventus, but I think Conte's probably an upgrade on De Sciglio at this point, because De Sciglio has been quite injury prone. So Milan have done well here. Their ninth signing for the summer has been Andre Silva, who came from FC Porto in the Portuguese league. He was signed for £32.3 million, and the main reason for that is his age. He's only 21, but the talent on this guy is immense. This guy could become anything. He plays as a number 10, so he's an attacking player, striker, centre forward, but he's a very talented young player. He's technically brilliant, and in time, he just needs game time. He's going to become better. If he's got a good head on his shoulders, he works hard and he stays grounded, this guy is going to become a very, very good player. So Milan have got someone, even now, he's going to impact them now. He's very good now. But in the future, he could become a potential superstar of the game. He is a very good player. So we'll see how that goes. But you can see, and Milan needed another striker. Their 10th signing, or I should say re-signing of the summer, because I'd argue this is their most probably important business of the summer, was re-signing their goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma. And if you're not aware of his now infamous contract scandal where he refused a contract and now accepted a contract, you'll see that this is a very important piece of business. He is their goalkeeper. He's Italy's number 2, and he's only 18, but he's already considered as one of the world's best keepers because he simply is. He's fantastic. But now I'll get to their superstar signing, and this, I'd argue, is even more important because not only is he a superstar, he weakened one of their rivals in Juventus. And this is the signing of course, Leonardo Bonnucci, a centre-back who came from Juventus, signed for £35.7 million, and look, he is one of their... Actually, something doesn't feel right here. Right, so Bonnucci has signed for AC Milan. He, as I said, £35 million. And look, he's 30 years old, but he's one of the best, if not the best, central defenders in the world right now. And this is a huge signing. It weakens Juventus, but it will also improve Romagnoli and Musacchio because he will teach them to play better football. And he'll be a leader. He'll command the troops from defence. He'll help out Donnarumma as well. This guy is a voice on the pitch. He's an absolute superstar. And now, with this signing, Milan have a formidable defence. With Donnarumma behind them, Musacchio, Romagnoli and Bonnucci, this team is going to be very hard to beat at full strength. So it's exciting times ahead. And also, as I said, it weakens Juventus. So the Serie A is going to be very interesting next season, but also with this signing, other big name players are going to see Milan as a place to go. They're going to say, well, if they sign Bonnucci, I'm going to go there now because they're signing big players. It's fair to say that Milan are now back as a big team in the transfer market, and they're going to be a force once again in the Champions League. Now, look, I did put on a Milan shirt earlier, but I am a Juventus fan. I'm sad to see Bonnucci go, but at the end of the day, I'm also a fan of Italian football in general and the Serie A. And to be honest, this is really good for Serie A to have Milan back. I want the league to be competitive. I want Italian clubs to be, as good as they can be. I want Inter strong. I want Milan strong. I want Napoli strong. I want Roma strong. I want them to all do well in Europe. Obviously, not on the day, not to beat Juventus, but that's a different story. So that's where I'm at. That's where I stand with this. The other thing is, for the Serie A itself, it's been quite boring lately, and I mean this without being arrogant. I mean, in the last 6 seasons, we already knew who was going to win the league before it even started because the other clubs just simply were not as strong as Juventus. Juventus were just simply the best team, and they were always going to win. But now there's some serious competition coming back into it, which is really exciting. And I can't wait for the season to start. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, subscribe, comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback, and I'll see you next time. See you then.